Christine, if you want to go on a vacation, you save your grocery money. What's your opinion?
Christine once said that back in Utah, in the big house, she was completely burnt out, understandably so. She was the one taking care of all the kids, cooking, cleaning, and then working a night job on top of it. Fast forward to this scene, where Kody and Robyn have just returned from their honeymoon. When Christine dares to bring up the idea of a vacation, Kody, ever the generous and supportive husband, tells her to save her grocery money if she wants one. Because, of course, when you're shopping and cooking for 2 entire households, it makes perfect sense to pinch pennies like you're feeding a family of 4. Let's not forget that Christine wasn't just cooking for her own kids, she was feeding Janelle's growing boys too. Now, did Janelle ever chip in extra to help cover the cost of her own kids' food? Who knows, but something tells me that burden fell entirely on Christine. It's interesting that when they moved to Vegas, Christine seemed happier. She started getting her nails done, dressing better, almost like she finally had a little room in her budget. Could it be because she was no longer responsible for Janelle's kids' meals? Or maybe because Kody magically found more grocery money when Robyn entered the picture? Let's be real, it wasn't fewer mouths to feed that made the difference. It was more money coming in, and yet all the kids still raided Christine's kitchen like it was the family's communal food pantry. Only now, they were all teenagers, meaning their appetites were legendary. That save your grocery money line still makes my eye twitch. The man actually thought a household feeding 13 kids and 4 adults could be trimmed down to a 3-kid budget. The delusion is astounding. He might as well have been howling at the moon in a Hawaiian shirt with how unhinged that logic was. And let's not forget, this is the same guy who later referred to Isabel's surgery as a vacation. Truly a masterclass in being a petty, selfish, insufferable man. Christine was so overworked and exploited compared to the rest of them. No wonder she's glowing with happiness now. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X. Oh wow, y'all weren't joking about the blatant favoritism. I mean, I knew it was real. I've seen little hints of it before, but watching season 13, episode 4 just drives it home. Christine is literally trying to explain to Kody how to take care of Truly, and he's dismissing her at every turn. Every single thing she brings up, he asks if one of the other kids can just handle it instead. Like, is parenting too much of a hassle for you, Kody? Then, in the very next scene, he's going on and on about Sol, giving this detailed breakdown of all the things he does for him. How great he is at taking care of him, blah blah blah. The whiplash is unreal. I can't even imagine how much worse this is going to get. Honestly, I'd love to know what things were like when Christine got pregnant with Truly because, out of all his kids, Kody has always seemed least attached to her. It's like her birth was an inconvenience, a disruption to his shiny new relationship. And then when Sol, the golden child, was born, the favoritism became undeniable. Even the pregnancy announcement was basically, oh, Truly won't be the baby for long. Like, wow, what a way to make a kid feel special. And just when you think it couldn't be more obvious, buckle up, because it gets worse. During a scene at Robyn's house, Kody is literally bragging about getting Sol ready, while there's a nanny right there. Meanwhile, Christine had to manage everything on her own, while he couldn't even be bothered to step in. He sucks. And this pattern never stops. In the other houses, he barely lifts a finger. He sends Logan and Maddie to pick Garrison up from school. He asks Christine if Payton can make Truly's lunch. But when it comes to Sol and Ari, he knows their bedtimes, their routines, their favorite foods, every tiny detail. For context, Truly and Sol are only about 18 months apart. That's not a big enough age gap for him to justify treating them like they're from entirely different generations. Any excuse he makes about needing to take care of Sol and Ari because they're just so little and helpless is complete nonsense. The truth? He's just an absolute piece of shit. And now, in the newer episodes, he's on this loyalty kick. I swear it's his new favorite word. Every 5 seconds, it's loyalty, 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 and surprise. The only truly loyal ones are Robyn and her kids. Then, in yet another painfully ironic conversation, everyone is discussing why it's bad to have a favorite wife, and Kody, in all his wisdom, goes, "Well, if someone were to have a favorite, it's probably because of their loyalty." Like, could he be any more obvious? He might as well wear a shirt that says, "Yes, Robyn is my favorite, and no, I won't admit it." But of course, if he did, he'd have to take responsibility for the wives leaving him, and that definitely doesn't fit his ego. Did Kody cut Leon from the show? Let's talk. So, did Kody actually block Leon from appearing on Sister Wives? Because let's be real, Leon was actively filming up until summer 2020. Their wedding even seemed like it was going to be featured. The last big family trip with Kody, Robyn, and the OG3? Oh yeah, that was all about checking out wedding venues in March 2020, literally days before the world shut down. Even Mary helping Leon move from Chicago made the cut. And then, poof, Leon vanished from the show. Suspicious timing, considering this was likely around when they shared their transition privately with the family. Funny how their absence makes it seem like they just ghosted Mary completely. Even though their social media tells a different story, they actually seem to have fun together. Now, knowing Kody and his stellar track record, it wouldn't be shocking if he nudged his producer buddy, who also happens to be his neighbor, to quietly phase Leon out. Transphobia wouldn't exactly be out of character for him. That said, there's a strong case that Leon and their partner simply chose to step away. They seem pretty private these days, and honestly, they look way happier on Instagram than they ever did on the show. Remember the constant look of exhaustion during things like the April Fool's prank about Hunter, Robyn's pregnancy announcement, missing the Christmas deadline for the houses, or Kody's infamous "Keep Sweet" lecture. Yeah, that. Imagine living through that while navigating your own identity. So maybe they just opted out. Easier to do when you don't live near the family circus. Probably a smart call. And let's be real, most of the older kids have pulled back from the show. Leon isn't an exception. Not everything has to be about Kody. I was watching the latest episode where Mykelti announces she's having twins, and I had to laugh when Kody, in all his wisdom, said, "There's no twins on our side. It must be from Tommy's side." Now, let's break this down for a second. Fraternal twins, the kind Mykelti is having, are the result of a woman releasing multiple eggs at once, and that ability is only passed down through the mother's side. In other words, if there's any genetic influence here, it would have come from Christine's side, not Tony's. Identical twins, on the other hand, are totally random since they happen when a fertilized egg splits. So, unless Tommy is secretly contributing eggs to the equation, which, last I checked, isn't how this works, his family history has absolutely nothing to do with it. I love how Kody completely ignored the actual science and assumed the genetic factor must come from either himself or Tony. Classic. To be fair, fraternal twins can happen spontaneously, so maybe that's the case here. But still, the fact that he confidently dismissed the possibility of twins coming from Christine's side just shows that some family members could really use a basic biology class. Speaking of twin misconceptions, people are absolutely clueless. My sister has boy-girl twins, and the number of times people have asked if they're identical is honestly concerning. Like, do you even hear yourself? Oh, really, Robyn? So, I'm watching the latest episode, Christine's birthday party, to be exact. And here comes Robyn, in a talking head, lamenting how much it stings that her family wasn't invited. She goes on about how they're never included in family gatherings. And I just have to ask, when does Robyn ever invite anyone outside of her immediate family to anything? Even Mary, her supposed closest friend, gets left out most of the time. And let's be real, not only does she exclude Christine and Janelle, but she's also actively worked against including them. Remember when she insisted Christmas wouldn't be safe if Janelle's kids were there? As if she'd ever invite Christine or Janelle to her or her kids' birthday parties. But sure, let's all feel bad for poor, excluded Robyn. Honestly, I'm so over it. I wish she had to sit down and actually answer fans' questions. No deflecting, no fake tears, just straight-up accountability for her endless double standards. We're never included, boo-hoo, girl, you don't include them either. And then there's her reaction to Mykelti's pregnancy announcement. Christine? Totally unbothered, just rolling with it like, that's family for you. Meanwhile, Robyn looks way too pleased to be one of the first to know. She thrives on these little power plays. It's actually pathetic. What's really wild is that Christine is the one who should feel betrayed and mistreated. She has every right to be petty and passive-aggressive, but instead, she actually takes the high road. She's consistently supportive of Mykelti and Robyn's relationship, and even when she takes the occasional jab at Kody, which, let's be real, is more than deserved, she's still respectful when it comes to Robyn and her kids. Meanwhile, Robyn's out here rewriting history like we don't have 10+ years of documented footage proving exactly how manipulative she is. Oh, and let's not forget, just last week, she told the OG3 kids that she never wanted to see them again. But now, suddenly, she's hurt that she wasn't invited to hang out with them. Did she suffer a mini stroke in the past week? Make it make sense. Honestly, this whole situation boils down to this. It stings that I wasn't invited because I really wanted to be the one to turn down the invite. I also wanted to stir up more drama about how Kody really needs to have a conversation with the boys first and make Christine's birthday all about me. And before I go, petty side note, I see she ditched the turd curls in this interview, small blessings. But why is she dyeing her hair that dark? It's doing her no favors. The contrast is making her eyebrows look scarier than Faye Dunaway's in Mommy Dearest. Anyone else getting major Kody vibes from Mykelti? Because, wow, she is really leaning into that role. I get that she probably didn't get much attention as a kid, but does she have to compensate by being such a massive kiss-up to Kody and Robyn? There is absolutely no doubt she's playing both sides. This last episode gave me the biggest ick. Like, I never had strong feelings about Mykelti before. She was just there, but now? Now I'm annoyed. She somehow made everything about her with that whole twin announcement, stunned at a party that wasn't even remotely about her. And let's talk about how she announced it. Just blurting it out like Kody with his infamous, "I've got a secret. I picked ye dress" moment. Deja vu? Much? Actually, this isn't even the first time she's done this. A couple of episodes ago, she randomly told Isabel she was pregnant, and then again, in front of everyone, she just had to drop the bomb that it was twins. It's like she needs to be the center of attention, just like dear old dad. Let's just hope she doesn't inherit his dance moves. Oh, and before I forget, her whole cake announcement annoyed me too. Maybe I was already over it by that point, but the way she made a big deal about the cakes? Why? LOL. Now, to be fair, I swear Christine did tell Mykelti to share the twin news at the party, so maybe that part wasn't entirely her doing. But still, there's a pattern here. I tried giving her grace as a kid/teen because, the kids aren't responsible for Kody's nonsense. But when she introduced Tony and the whole engagement saga, yeah, that was my turning point. She's got that same energy, needing to be the center of attention at all times. Side note, not a Tony fan, but that's a whole separate rant. I just started watching from the beginning. Never could bring myself to because Kody is peak cringe. But now I'm on season 11, and Mykelti just got married. And honestly, I swear she only rushed into it because Maddie did. Wouldn't be shocked if a pregnancy announcement followed immediately. Maddie got married and got pregnant right away, and my Kelty seems like she needs a piece of that spotlight. My Kelty is the human equivalent of a flashing neon sign that screams, "Look at me." The way she just had to command the entire room's attention at the party to announce her twin pregnancy. Absolutely insufferable. I swear, everything she does grates on my nerves, especially the way she talks. It's like a never-ending monologue of me. And then she drops the little gem that Robyn and Kody knew first. Seriously? Read the room, you absolute dingbat. No one needed that information. But of course, she couldn't help herself. Oh, and let's not forget the two-cake situation, because heaven forbid people just figure it out on their own. Nope, my Kelty had to practically scream. This one has alcohol. This one does not. As if she were hosting some kind of reality show challenge. Honestly, she gives off major didn't get enough attention as a child energy. She thrives on being the center of it all. The cameras, the speeches, the dramatic announcements, anything to make sure she's being filmed. It's almost comical how obvious it is. Meanwhile, Christine's other kids, completely normal. They let their mom have her moment at the birthday party without turning it into a personal press conference. But not my Kelty. Nope. If there's a camera rolling, you know she'll find a way to be in front of it. Is anyone else at the constant overuse of safe? I swear, every other sentence is he's not safe, she feels safe, it's not safe. All over some dumb conversation that barely qualifies as tense. It's like a never-ending loop of therapy buzzwords, which is hilarious considering how toxic these people actually are. Let's be real. When they say safe, they just mean comfortable. But instead of admitting, hey, this situation makes me uncomfortable, they hijack actual psychological terms and pretend their lives are at risk. Newsflash, your safety, in the real sense of the word, is not under threat. It's exhausting. Difficult conversations, uncomfortable moments, that's called being human. But no, apparently any emotional discomfort is now a full-blown security crisis. Honestly, I want to feel safe from their constant whining about how unsafe everything is. At this point, I'm convinced safe is just their get-out-of-jail-free card when they realize they're just as guilty as the person they're complaining about. Aurora, please make it make sense. You claim your mom is Kody's biggest cheerleader when it comes to reconciling with his OG children. So explain why Savannah, of all people, was left out. Savannah, who doesn't have a mean bone in her body, who's quiet, who causes no drama. Why wasn't she invited to second Christmas? Or Truly's birthday? Or, I don't know, just to visit her own father like a normal child? Why is she only worthy of a dinner every few weeks? And let's not forget, why was she the only one who didn't get a Christmas present while the rest of you did? And wasn't it your mother who said it wasn't safe and was actually scary to have Christmas Eve at Mary's house with the whole family? How, exactly, is that fostering reconciliation? Because until you can explain that in a way that doesn't make your mother look like anything other than the mastermind of division, I'm left with only two conclusions. Either you've been completely brainwashed, or you are just willfully ignoring reality. Let's talk about Robyn being the biggest cheerleader for this family, not inviting Mary to Easter, not encouraging Kody to be there for Isabel's surgery, whisking Kody away for 11 days, leaving a newborn and 17 other kids behind. Saying a Christmas party with everyone sounded scary. Making sure Kody could drive her kids to school on other wives' time. Being fine with a nanny in her home, but not letting Kody see his own children. Telling her kids that the rest of the family doesn't like them. Living in a mansion while Janelle has practically nothing. Dropping money on a nanny, jewelry, clothes, and knickknacks, while they still haven't even paid off Coyote Pass. Some cheerleader, more like the MVP of destruction. And if she was so focused on unity, why did she tell her kids that the OG Brown children don't like them? And funny enough, Where was this supposed harmony when Aurora and her two older siblings were mysteriously absent from the gender reveal livestream? It's almost like these people can't stop lying, even about their own lies. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.